Hi guys, Spartan765 here today. Today I'm doing another Yugo Mauser review. Got a couple of these out there already, but this is this particular Mauser, I'd call it more or less a project gun. The project's already been finished. Got this a couple months ago from a buddy for $100. $100 and a Mauser. Of course, I'm going to jump on that right away, even if there is a couple things wrong with it. So let me start out with saying the bore on this Mauser and the bore is phenomenal. Everything in it looks like the thing's never even been fired. But there was a big nick on the crown right there, a big ding. So that's probably one of the reasons my buddy got rid of it. Also, the barrel band was not fitted, or the barrel band here was not fitted properly. So this little push button would not go into place. It would just hold it down. So when you'd fire the rifle, the barrel band would just go. Also, this has a late production, or I'm sorry, what appears to be an early production German Kar 98 barrel band on it here. Appears, I'm telling you, it's definitely not a standard Yugo M48 or M24 47 barrel band. Also, you can very lightly see on the receiver here. You probably can't see because I'm using my cell phone. But this receiver appears to be scrubbed, and there appears to be a Waffenoff on there. That's the German Eagle. Very, very lightly. I don't know for sure, but it looks like a Waffenoff. Like I said, I'm not sure. I do know, I have read that some of these Mausers after the war, obviously a lot of these were converted M24 Mausers to M24 47s. And from what I've read, a lot of captured German K98s were converted to M24 47s for the Yugoslav army. You know, and then they came out with the M48s. They're a little bit different than this. The M48's a little bit more modernized. Looks more like a K98 than the M24 does. But they're both great rifles. I mean, they're the cheapest Mausers you can find anywhere now. Anyway, yes, also going on, the serial numbers on this weapon do not match. So it's a mismatch gun. As you can see there, you can kind of see how the crown is recessed a little bit. I went ahead and re-crowned that. I just used an old technique I've always used that seems to work pretty well. And that is just utilizing, you don't even have to have a lathe. Re-crowning a barrel with a lathe can be a pain in the ass, taking the whole thing apart and chucking it in a lathe. I just used some grinding compound I got fine and coarse. Take a round head brass screw, put some lapping compound on there, put some lapping compound in the barrel, set the barrel in a gun, or the gun in a gun vise, and put this in a chuck of a drill, hand drill, and just slowly work it down. It takes about an hour and a half to get it just perfect, but that's what I do. That's how I've always recrowned barrels, and I've had great success tightening up groups. This one right here, I had to bring the crown down about probably just a little over a millimeter because there was a massive ding, which would mean that if you would have shot this before, this thing probably would have tumbled rounds. But anyway, that's just a quick, short little review on a former project gun. Like I said, if you find these, and they got the most important thing, obviously, is an excellent barrel. Second most important, I'd say, is matching parts. As far as looking for a good shooter, a good shooting gun. If you don't let a little nick on a crown, or something like that discourage you from buying the gun, because that's an easy fix. All right, any comments, questions, feel free to send me a message. Spartan765 out.